this time, I have the honor to present to you the model leader of our nation, Eric Pineda.
I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for government change in the history of our nation. For generations, our people have depicted America as the land of the free, the home of the brave, in addition to the rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. As Americans, we vow and adhere to governmental institutions to keep these mandates alive. However, to what extent do these measures prevail? Last week, as I was walking home, I saw this poor, old, defenseless white man being beaten by black ruffians, only to be robbed of his money. The previous week, beggars began to infest and compound in my street. Is this what America is to come of? Is the true identity of America one of segregation and poverty? I have a dream that these political and economical dilemmas will one day cease to exist. That day is when we tear down the corrupted pillars of democracy and build a nation upon communism. I have a dream today. As an advocated reader, I have seen how many writers implement the problems of society within pages of many novels. Predominantly, Richard Wright has made a great influence upon me. In his novel Black Boy, Wright makes it apparent that racial segregation largely contributes to the degradation of society. He wrote his story as a narrative, which clearly demonstrates the treacheries of an African American. He quotes that, as a Negro in America, it led him to feel that the problem of human unity was more important than bread, more important than life itself. For he felt that without a common bond uniting men, there could be no living worthy of human. He points out that food is nothing compared to the problem of human equality. The reason why we always have different ethnicities and diversity is because of the one-sidedness of society. I have a dream that society will one day become equal, where the bond between blacks and whites will be visible, where communism is what holds the bond together. It has also come to my attention that poverty within the United States has risen as a national problem. New York Times stated that 1 out of every 10 people are poor. In total, that single digit amounts for millions, even billions of people. Imagine if you were just one of those people. How would you cope with always scavenging for a job? Always buying the cheapest food? What about raising your children? Poverty not only affects the productivity of many families, but also the mind and body. Reports have ruled that poverty has debilitated many from a decent education, which often produce people deficient in language. In addition, those with little to no income suffer from unhealthy meals, thus leading to obesity and other health problems. I have a dream that poverty will no longer hinder those who strive to succeed. I say to you today, my friends, that in spite of the difficulties and frustrations of the moment, I still have a dream. This will be the day when God's children will be able to sing with a new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, no land of poverty, of thee I sing. Land where segregation died, land of Marxist pride. From every mountainside, let communism ring. And when this happens, we will allow communism to ring. When we let it ring from every village, and every hamlet, from every state, and every city, we will be able to speed up the day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Hispanics, Muslims and Catholics, will be able to hold hands and sing the words of the old Negro spiritual. Communism at last! Communism at last! Thank God Almighty, we are communism at last!